Did you know that Norway has more than 1,100 tunnels, and the majority of them do not have emergency exits or designated safety rooms? This means that tunnel safety largely depends on self-rescue systems. Since 2011, there have been 8 major tunnel fires in Norway, and today we're going to explore one of them. A firefighter lives with the burden of balancing duty and family. His teenage daughter is still mourning the loss of her mother, who passed away 3 years earlier. He is now in a new relationship with a cafe owner. The daughter struggles to accept this change and feels her father has moved on too quickly. As Christmas nears, snow covers the hills and roads. The firefighter plans to celebrate the holiday together with them as a family, but his work has kept him from discussing this with his daughter. Elsewhere, the daughter waits at her mother's grave. She speaks quietly for a moment, then assumes her father won't arrive and leaves. Father sees her message and tries to return her call but fails. After work, he goes home but doesn't find her. He then visits the cafe and finds her waiting. Hurt and upset, she confronts him about forgetting her mother. He tries to console her, but she rushes out in tears. He follows but loses sight of her. She eventually boards a bus heading to the city and meets a young man. She tells him she's going to her grandmother's place for Christmas. Meanwhile, 2 gasoline tankers are en route to the mountains. They enter a tunnel from the east. About 2 kilometers in, a plastic bag obstructs the lead driver's view, causing a collision with the wall. The driver suffers minor injuries but manages to call emergency services. As the accident is reported, the Road Traffic Control Center immediately closes the tunnel. A female officer from the center attempts to contact the driver to confirm his location, but he cannot give an accurate answer. The second truck driver tries to navigate around the wreck, but fails. At the same time, an express bus from the west enters the tunnel moments before it's closed. The young boy and the daughter step out to see what's happening. The female officer at the control center checks surveillance footage and determines the crash location. Due to poor weather conditions on the east side, she contacts the local fire department from the west. Just then, the father gets a call informing him about the tunnel incident. Meanwhile, the daughter listens to a voice message from him while the young boy complains about the lack of signal. At the fire station, a senior officer and his son argue about the rescue approach. With most of the crew on vacation, only a few are available to respond. Inside the tunnel, a family, 2 parents, and their daughters are stranded 2 kilometers in. Suddenly, a speeding car crashes into another ahead. The father grabs a fire extinguisher nearby. The officer at the control center sees the extinguisher being removed, but doesn't raise an alarm as there is no sign of fire. The female officer repeatedly attempts to reach the injured driver without success. The firefighter and his team are en route. Back at the crash site, the second driver urges people to return to their cars. Suddenly, fuel begins leaking, and as the first driver crawls under the truck, it explodes. The tunnel's sensors detect the blast, and the bus driver instructs passengers to get back on board. Thick smoke quickly spreads inside the tunnel, triggering panic. The father in the family contacts the control center, and the officer informs him about the fire. Soon after, the family sees a burning vehicle approaching, and a man on fire stumbles out, leaving them frozen in disbelief. Firefighter's girlfriend learns about the fire from a group of girls. She calls the firefighter to check on the situation. He has no idea that her daughter is already inside the tunnel. Meanwhile, the fire team from the west reaches the tunnel and people begin evacuating. The firefighter learns the ventilation is running westward. According to protocol, evacuation should begin from another point, but that team is blocked by an avalanche. The emergency network fails due to weak signal. The only option left is to reverse the fan direction. The air rescue unit is on standby. The firefighter tries calling his daughter again but can't reach her. He and the officer's son suit up and head into the tunnel. Inside, passengers on the bus are struggling to breathe. The family fights for air while trying to call for help. The father is hit by a passing car. The mother rushes to him, telling one daughter to watch the other. Meanwhile, the firefighter and the officer's son continue searching through the smoke. The senior officer urges them to go deeper, but the son refuses to stay any longer. The second truck driver contacts the control center and provides vital details about the fire. Using this, the officer redirects the fans eastward to assist the team inside. The mother uses her flashlight to search and finds their car, but the girls are missing. The firefighter and his partner are forced to retreat due to the smoke. The officer's son becomes frustrated when he realizes the fans aren't running at full power. Unable to keep everyone inside the bus, the daughter leads a few people to a technical room. She contacts the control center and asks the officer to inform her father they've taken shelter there. She finds an oxygen tank and shares it with the group. The girlfriend sees the daughter on a live TV broadcast and quickly calls the firefighter. The daughter's phone is still unreachable. Desperate, he drives into the tunnel alone. Against warnings, the officer's son turns the fans to full speed. The senior officer begs the firefighter to return, but he refuses. Inside, the firefighter finds the express bus and sees multiple bodies. He then reaches the technical room. Around the same time, the officer receives a call from two other girls and advises them to stay in a car. As oxygen runs low, panic rises again. Despite the daughter and the young man's efforts to calm the group, some people leave the room. The girlfriend arrives at the tunnel and discovers the firefighter is already inside. As the senior officer and his son argue, the mother from earlier emerges from the tunnel, crying for her daughter. Meanwhile, the firefighter finds the daughter and others. The officer urges him to find the two missing girls. He instructs the young man to drive the truck out while he goes looking. The daughter follows him alone. He searches through thick smoke, struggling to see. Eventually, he finds the girls inside a green car. On the way back, he collapses from smoke exposure. The daughter finds him and uses the radio to contact the officer's son. Hearing her call, the girlfriend and the officer's son drive into the tunnel. As they reach the car, a fan slips and crashes onto them. The firefighter survives, but the officer's son dies instantly. The rest manage to escape the tunnel safely. The crisis is finally resolved when the blocked crew clears the avalanche. In disasters like these, it's never just about the fire, the smoke, or the chaos. It's about the choices people make when everything falls apart. Some choose to help, and some, without thinking twice, walk straight into danger just to save a life. When the dust settles and silence returns, what remains are the stories of courage, of love that held on, and of people who found hope in the darkest places. In the end, the firefighter, his daughter, and the girlfriend visit the mother's grave together, because in the end, survival isn't just about making it through. It's about who you become when everything else is gone. If this story moved you even just a little, don't forget to hit that like button. Share it with someone who believes in courage, hope, and survival. And if you want more gripping stories like this one, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon, because the next tale might just leave you breathless.